Hello everybody, in today's video I'm gonna talk about a certain, YouTuber, and I made a video about this guy I believe in the past, sometime in the past, and obviously I'm making a video right now about this individual, but Meatball was right. He knows best, you know, he was talking about demonetization on YouTube, where he doesn't really care about YouTubers getting demonetized and stuff like that. Like, I get it, and he doesn't really have to worry about it because he gets paid bank because he's like a former military guy, I guess, or something like that. And I don't know. So he can like he says opinions I don't like, but that's kind of obvious coming from somebody like him, like it's inevitable he's bound to make a video or bound to say something that you heavily disagree with, because he's just one of those kind of guys. Because, I mean, he's literally from the U.S. military. Like, you should have saw that coming ages ago, with somebody like that. Because it doesn't matter where they lean religiously or politically, doesn't matter if they're non-religious or if they are religious or if they're left-leaning or right-leaning. If they're honest with you, they will let you know. Okay, they will let you know if they have that kind of like of opinion, if they want to give it to you, and they'll give it to you, But it usually depends, because most of them they usually serve like 4 or 6 years, some of them even 8. But if they really go into the long one, like the deeper they go, the more crazier they are, regardless of where they lean this way or that way. Like, it depends on the person is what I'm saying. But he's not, like, outright crazy or anything. He's just, like, the way he acts is very obvious. But, like I said earlier, it's kind of inevitable, Like, you kind of expect that to come out of somebody like that because it's just obvious. And when it comes to YouTube, now I'm putting it back to YouTube, people like that often just don't really need to have it. And yeah, there are people who are from the military who do get some of their money from YouTube, that kind of thing. The U.S. military, I'm being specific, but I think you get the idea. Yeah, there are just a lot of YouTubers that are afraid to talk about their either actual opinions or they'll censor their words, not necessarily like swear words or like slurs or whatever. That's not what I'm talking about. That's one of those things that are, super duper obvious. No, I'm talking like they'll censor themselves over saying the word suicide. Like they'll censor themselves saying words like unalived or like self-unalived or something like regarded instead of retarded, or they'll say something like TOS instead of terms of service, or FOS instead of freedom of speech, things like that. Or they'll say stuff like IE, like, I get that you're trying to sound smart or whatever, but when you say phrases like IE, even if the person knows, like, you can use actual words. You don't have to say letters like that, because that's not how English works. Obviously, we're not stupid. You don't have to dumb it down. Now, that might not have been that person's intent. They might not have been dumbing it down, but it sounds like you're dumbing it down or you're talking down to your audience a little bit. Not a lot, but just like a little bit, Even if they really do know what they're talking about and it really is like whatever it is, whether it be science, stuff with pets, religion, politics, sexuality, if you want to go that far, movies, TV shows, books, music, video games. There's always something to make content about. Now, I'm fine with using the word content or influencer or whatever, That's not what I'm mad about, because those are just words, those the reason why I'm making this video, but it's usually because people are just like they become Mr. Beast clones, because the thing about Mr. Beast is he might seem generic, he might seem, like slop, which he kind of is, but you also got to understand that he was kind of the founder of that kind of, video making, that kind of thing, where it's like, today I'm gonna send people to, I don't know, South Sudan to get eaten by 10 lions, and the last one to survive gets Taco Bell for life or something, Gets Arby's for life. Arby's for life, bro. With the Coca-Cola, or RC floats, because I like RC Cola, but I'm getting off topic here. But I think you get the idea, but it's not really Mr. Beast himself that makes YouTube so slopified. It's all the clones and all the clones of the clones that are cloning the clones. It's, instead of Star Wars, the Clone Wars, it's Star Wars clone the Clone Wars. Star Wars clone the Clone Wars. It's so much self-irony. Like, there's nothing really to take seriously anymore. Like, there was a point online where you could just take things seriously, but I don't know. Like we've gotten so far with memes and stuff, like it's gotten full circle that now they're not just taking it seriously again. But if they are taking it seriously, it's like over some bullshit that it's like, oh, I bought 10 chicken nuggets, got 11 or something, and they're not mad over, actual, like, videos of people, like, killing people or whatever, and that gets turned into a meme somehow. So there's a bunch of bullshit, and YouTube, it's not, it doesn't necessarily have a bias in the sense that it's right-leaning or left-leaning, because they have both YouTubers. It's more about the individual accounts or what you do in your own free time, rather than, on YouTube anyway, rather than YouTube itself. But, on both sides, it doesn't matter which side you are on the YouTube sphere. As long as it benefits them, they do not give a shit, okay? And right now, they're kind of relaxed on smaller accounts, so you can make controversial stuff. It's just, don't expect to make instant money. Don't expect to make the bitcoins off of talking about, I don't know, say, let's go specific. Say something like, maybe, just maybe, some Detroit people doing some bullshit, stabbing each other and shooting each other with guns. I don't know. Alright? Talk to a homeless nigga. He can tell you all the stories of, the hood, I guess. It's not cool, it's not great. He's like a crack addict. Well, they're not all crack addicts, but the ones who get into the big stuff are probably the crack addicts. They say they're rich, but they ain't got no house. But, anyway, yeah, YouTube, big platform, okay? Big platform. Big website, big app. Okay? It's like a default website. The red and white, I assume. Because, they're trying to do a whole streaming thing or whatever, which I guess would make sense. Because now it's you can watch this movie free with ads. Why can't I watch a movie free with no ads? You know, a legal way that isn't piracy. But oh no. You can't do that. If you have ad blocker, I don't know if we should show you YouTube video. No. You can't talk. You can't watch YouTube video of guy opening an apple with his bare hands, or something like that. Which, by the way, you can do if you're physically capable. You know, which for the majority of people living on Earth is possible. You can open an apple with your bare hands. But anyway, I don't got too much to say either than if you are gonna make money on YouTube, you should be a lot more aware of terms of service for YouTube, a lot more than, you know, people who don't do it really for the money, or at least don't do it for the money on YouTube, you know, or they like, oh, they have a Patreon. But it's like, if you are gonna do that, at least have your own website, not just a Patreon or a Ko-Fi or a Substack, you know, or a special other platform. Because if you are in a situation where it's like, say, Patreon decides to, I don't know, take you off, decides to get rid of your account, what are you gonna do? You know, like, YouTube, like, they can pay well, but you gotta be in a situation where you can get quite a bit of money off of it, you know? Either do AI slap or baby making bullshit, okay? I don't know, man. I'm not a YouTube expert. I don't get into the whole UTTP crap, or at least I try not to, because, they beef with each other and themselves. Okay? The trolls beef with the UTTP, and the UTTP are also trolls, and the members inside those communities troll with each other. So it's like the fucker gets fucked. I don't know. I'm not from South Sudan. But you know where I am from? United States of America. 250, year 250 for this country of Independence Days coming up. Hope it goes well. Especially on the YouTube, since that's my preferred watching videos on platform. You know, I try not to doom scroll. Don't recommend doom scrolling. Because, you know, it's doom scrolling. Anyway, I'm gonna, if I can, give a video link to the individual in question. So, yeah, that's the end of the video. And unlike him, I show my face. Big surprise. But yeah, that's about it. Bye!